COVID has affected our health in two major ways. The positive effect is that we have become extremely health conscious. And the negative effect is that many of us have either put on weight or lost weight. As January is celebrated as the Healthy Weight Awareness Month, we at MediCircle have started a series on this healthy weight awareness and trying to understand the facts and bust a lot of myths which is related to it. In this initiative, we are speaking to a lot of nutritionists, dietitians, weight management consultants. And in this initiative, today we are speaking to Karishma Shah. She is a nutrition consultant and a plant based food coach, a weight loss expert, a diabetes and PCOS educator, and a certified psychologist of eating. That's really interesting, Karishma. Welcome to MediCircle.
Thank you. It's nice to be talking to you today.
So, Karishma, people have this notion that loss of weight seen on the weighing scale means it's good. So, what are your thoughts on the same? Since there is something called as healthy fat and unhealthy thin.
So we need to understand why are these terms called healthy fat and healthy thin, or fat thin, or the Indian term usually the Indian term usually is that we're actually not high in our weight, but we have lots of lot of fat accumulation on different parts of our body. So this is the typical Indian body type, like.
Yes.
And it happens because primarily of bad diet and very bad lifestyle, which is sedentary lifestyle, and being too dependent on our vehicles, our technology, and not actually doing things that we should be doing in a more organic, sustainable way. So this is one of the reasons why I think that not only food, but I think the way that the food is reaching you, the way that you are cooking food, the way that you are eating it, and also what happens before and after every single activity plays a very big role in your overall weight.
Okay. So we have to keep, very consciously what kind of food we are taking, how it is cooked, and also the activities, like we shouldn't be lethargic after eating. There are a lot of things like how to drink water, and you need to, chew your food 32 times. I don't think so many people do that.
I think this is something that they say, and it's like a how is you say, it's like your ancient advice that people have been giving you: chew your food 32 times. It's not like anybody's counting how many times you want to eat. I think it's more about the fact that you have to be very conscious. The whole idea of you being present, the whole idea of you being conscious and you being there in what you are doing is way bigger than actually counting things and keeping all these tidbits in mind. And why are we stressing so much on these points? We're stressing so much on these points because we're seeing that it's not happening. We're seeing that more and more and more people are not trying to spend time with themselves and the kind of food that they're eating. It's like mindless work. The way we go to office, and it's like a mechanical process. We do everything now in a mechanical process, and that's not really the way that we should be doing things. Things like, why are we eating food? We're eating food because we want to fuel our body. When we talk about things like being healthy, my body is a temple, I love my body, I want to take care of it, I want to become fitter. What are we doing? We are eventually trying to get it to a place where we want it to be better than what we are right now.
Everybody.
And that's going to happen. That's going to happen if we fuel it the right way. And if you only fuel it with, like, okay, I'm only going to be eating salads, but then I'll do whatever I want to do otherwise.
Yes.
That's not how it really works. You have to be present with your food. You have to be able to connect with your food. There are tons and tons of researches showing now, even the Westerners are now talking about the prana in the food and the prana in your body being able to connect. There is a reason behind these things. There is a reason why so many people are now talking about consciously choosing certain category of foods, consciously not eating certain category of foods. There's a reason behind all these things. So I think we have to be very conscious about our choice of food, about the way that we are consuming it, and what we're doing after we consume it.
Definitely. So, what are the challenges faced by the health and wellness industry in India?
You mean one or two of them, right? Because of course there's a lot of challenges that everybody faces in especially the healthcare sector, because I mean, everybody is a doctor through Google now, everybody is their own dietitian through Google now. So if you have access to the internet now, you become a little bit of a doctor in your own way. But I think, jokes apart, I think one of the major sectors, and one of the main reasons that I find is a problem is misinformation. Misinformation in the form of um doctors not providing complete solutions to their patients. People not talking about lifestyle changes, people not talking about diet changes, people not talking about all these things, instead of just simply prescribing medicines. I feel like this dialogue needs to change. I feel like more and more people need to start understanding how beneficial it is to actually change your lifestyle, change your food, change the way that you function every single day, and then see the results in your overall health, instead of just going to a doctor, popping pills, and then waiting for that result to come. It usually gives you a little bit of relief in the symptoms for a while, but then the root cause never goes with that. So I feel like the dialogue needs to change from मैं कौन सी दवाई लूं to मैं कैसी lifestyle follow करूं.
Surely, definitely. I think that's a big game changer for the patients, because we generally go to doctor and we get a prescription. We generally follow the main things, whatever the drugs written are there. There are a lot of other advices, which are lifestyle changes. I mean, the way you bend, how you should be, how much exercise you should be doing. And we generally tend to, I mean, do not focus on these things.
Yes, yes.
So, can you explain in brief what is the best way to lose weight?
I would say the best way to lose weight is to not think about losing weight.
Okay.
For me and my clients, this is how it works. It works with actually focusing on the problem areas. You need to first understand that if you are somebody who's struggling with weight loss, there are certain reasons why you are not being able to lose weight. It is not the kind of food that you are not eating, or the kind of food that you are overeating. There are lots of other factors in and around you which are contributing to you not finally losing weight. How is your mental health? How is your environment? What kind of diet are you eating? What kind of products do you not eat for your health? What is the frequency of you eating outside? What is the frequency of you eating at home? What are the other daily rituals or routine that you are following in order to support your health and support the food? So I feel like the focus should be on transforming your personal self and not just losing weight. So a lot of people are just stuck on this fact that they will stand on top of a weighing scale and they'll be like, I wish I was 5 kgs lighter, I wish I was 10 kgs lighter. So वो एक जो सुई है ना, वो वहीं पे अटकी रहती है फिर. रोज अगर कुछ नहीं खाएंगे ना, सपोज एक मील स्किप कर लिया, उसके बाद तुरंत आधे घंटे में यू विल फाइंड देम ऑन द स्केल. अरे 500 ग्राम कम हो गया मेरा. So that's not how it works. If you stop eating, your body is going to stop responding to you as well, because that is the fuel that you are giving your body. You're giving it fuel so that the body understands that you're taking care of the body. And the minute you stop the minute you stop giving your body fuel, the minute you stop giving the body the right kind of fuel, you start starving the body, and you start playing around with these fad things again and again, creating chaos within your body. You'll get the end result also as that only. I mean, what happens when there is chaos? You don't get a solution out of it. So I think, if to keep it short, I think if you want to lose weight, sit down with yourself and see and look at the areas of your life which are not working out for you, or which are the areas that you want to actually progress in. Start working on those, and you will see the weight loss happening. The focus should never be on the weight loss if you want to lose weight.
Definitely. So, Karishma, since we are celebrating the Healthy Weight Awareness Month, would you like to share some thoughts, tips, or advices with our viewers?
There are many, but to kind of put it in a shorter way, I think I would like to say that um, please pay attention to what you are doing. I think all of us are so out of tune with ourselves, out of tune with our bodies, that we feel that we can abuse our body, we can abuse our mind, we can do whatever we want, but then we are going to get the results that we want. It's like, for example, I will drink alcohol, I will smoke, I will not sleep well in the night, I will not drink enough water in a day, I will skip 2 meals in a day, and then I'm expecting my skin to glow, and then I'm expecting my weight to come down, and then I'm expecting things to suddenly transform for myself, but that's not really how it works. So I think it's very important to start tuning in to what you really want, what your body really wants, and then starting to give it that. you know if I would say, if I could give one advice to anybody who is trying to kind of align themselves with their weight, or they're trying to lose weight, they're trying to gain weight, trying to become healthier, try and align your body, mind and soul. I think there is magic in that. The day you start aligning what your mind needs, what your body needs, and what your soul needs, and you start providing it that, automatically you're going to be seeing so many changes, not just in your weight, but also in the way that you have been functioning on a day-to-day basis. I think we spoke about earlier today, we spoke about this thing where we spoke about why do people make resolutions and then they can't stick to it.
Yes, this is coming
So
to
I
that
would
because January is like the first month of the year. Many of us take registrations in gym. We plan, we make big resolutions that we would be maintaining the best weight, but gradually we don't keep up to other commitments. Our commitments, which we make to ourselves. So, what is the reason and how we can stick to our commitments?
As I was also saying, that we did speak about this, and what I said earlier, I will repeat it again. I feel like the dialogue needs to change. We need to start talking about things like, I want to find out why my resolutions are not working. The dialogue should not be, यार पता नहीं मेरे रेजोल्यूशंस रहते ही नहीं है, मैं हमेशा ट्राई करती हूँ, हर साल मैं ट्राई करती हूँ, पर मेरे से होता ही नहीं है. The dialogue should be instead, अगर नहीं होता है तो क्यों नहीं होता है. Let's find out this year 2021. Let me find out कि अगर मुझे कोई चीज है जो मुझे रोक रही है, अगर there is something which is becoming a hindrance for me every now and then, what is it, how can I change it, and how can I stick to it.
Definitely.
This approach needs to change. Once this acceptance and once this approach changes within yourself, you will automatically start recognizing your own patterns, and then the minute that you realize that you're getting into the same pattern, you'll try to retract from it.
Definitely.
So I think this is important, not just the fact that why people should, why they're like, there are some people who are like, मैं resolutions बनाता ही नहीं हूँ, मैं resolutions बनाती नहीं, क्योंकि क्या फायदा है, रहता ही नहीं है. So instead of these kinds of conversations and these kinds of dialogues, I feel like it's high time that we start accepting that yes, there is a flaw. If we have accepted that there is a flaw, we start understanding why is this flaw there, and what can I do to change this flaw so that it does not impact my life further.
Definitely.
So that's what I feel about the whole New Year resolution thing, and the whole I'm struggling to keep my health in my hands.
So thank you so much, Karishma, for joining us for this healthy weight awareness series here at MediCircle. I think many of our audience would definitely benefit. At least those who are not able to keep up to their commitments, they would surely try to find out what is the problem and try to find solutions, rather than saying that, oh, we can't keep up to our own commitments or our own resolutions. So thank you once again, Karishma, for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.